Good morning, my lion sisters and lion brothers. How are you? I hope all is well with you. I hope you're doing fine. I hope things are changing. I hope you're doing your cleanse. I hope you're covering your spirit. You're asking for protection from Father. I hope you're remembering to ask to be hidden in the spiritual realm so that they don't look in on your progress. I hope we are doing all the things that we agreed we could do so that we get better, okay? It is really our time. It is really our time. So if you want things to get easier for you, change, evolve. Allow the change to take place within you, okay? Once you allow things to happen, they begin to actually happen, okay? Most of this is just about us allowing the Spirit to do it, okay? When you say you want it, don't say it's difficult for me, I won't be able to do this. But once you agree to wanting for it to happen, you consent that I do want to remember to cover myself every day. Shield me every day, Father, before I leave my home. Cover my energy. Let no energy vampires take anything from me. I'm not agreeing to share with them. I have not allowed any of them to take from me. Once you say it over and over again, it becomes real, okay? Please don't forget to do that, and don't forget to cleanse with your salt. If you have your vinegar and lemon, good. If you don't, please, the salt is good enough. All right? We don't need a lot, because for us, we never indulged ourselves in a lot. Okay? Also, I wanted to remind you about something. If anyone tries to accuse you of the fact that you're doing witchcraft, you know something. Do you know that we are unable to do witchcraft? Us, the misfits of the family, us who are the chosen sacrifice, the ones who were given up to spirit, we are unable to do witchcraft on another person, by the way. Don't ever think that you can go to a witch doctor and get a spell cast on someone and it will work. It will not work. If it works, it's because whoever has taken you wants to prove you to be evil, wants you to feel like you're also evil. You understand? Usually, whoever has taken you is the one using you to add on to their energy. But you, as a family sheep, the black sheep, you, the family lion, you are unable to do witchcraft. It is not within our DNA to do witchcraft. It's not within us to do evil on other people. We can't even wish it on them and it happens. You can get angry, you can curse, you can do whatever, but for it to happen means that Father has agreed to it to happen. You are unable to take that decision on your own. You cannot make that decision on your own, okay? Because the spirit that dwells within you cannot do that. But when Father gets annoyed about something which has been done upon you, then Father can punish that person because they have seen how much it has hurt you. But you on your own, you cannot. So if anyone tries to accuse you of doing any kind of witchcraft, just know that they are just overreaching. They're just trying to make you feel guilty about things which you are totally unable to do. And it's the same reason we are unable to go to witch doctors and benefit. We can't benefit from witch doctors. Not really. They can teach you a thing or two. They may remove something. You see, sometimes Father may send you to you may go on a particular journey and go to a particular witch doctor because there's something that Father wants to do. You understand? Within you. But you go there and ask for wealth and ask for wives and husbands and what? I bet you it won't work. You will usually just play for the devil. Don't go there, because when you go there, you're just playing for the devil. You're just giving the devils what they want. Okay? So what I came today to talk to you about mostly was about like people who may be suffering from addictions. Okay, if you're addicted to maybe cigarettes or weed or alcohol or sex or overeating or whatever indulgence you may have. A couple of years ago, I used to have the same problem. I used to drink alcohol and I used to smoke. But I used to quit. I would stop and go like 8 months, 1 year, and then find myself doing it again. And usually, by the time I do it again, it wouldn't even be like it's a plan. It would just come that I would find myself spiritual. I've been taken, I'm like overwhelmed, and then I think, okay, I'll have one, and then one becomes many, and I'm back to drinking. So I struggled with it for a very long time. On and off, on and off, on and off. Until I asked, this is when the time when I was beginning to really learn to ask Spirit about certain things. So I asked, and this is what Spirit told me. Spirit told me that, you see, these things, you do them because you're indulging certain spirits. You're a household of spirits. Okay? Remember, this is a temple, our bodies are temples. So, because these people summon things, when they summon, the example that the Spirit gave me that time was, you have people in your families who still practice African spirituality. Okay? Now, the problem is they are not invoking good spirits to come back. They bring back the bad spirits, because the bad spirits are the ones that will allow to do evil for them. You see, when you bring back a good spirit, maybe you had a great-grandfather who was good, and you bring that one back, you are unable to make that spirit do evil, because them, as a family member, they are here to love the family. That's why there are people who do their African spirituality, and they're doing very well, because they summon spirits those spirits are like part of them, and they want the family to get better, and they want the children to thrive, and you understand? That's different. But these people, because they're usually doing evil things, they're practicing evil, they always invoke the spirits which are evil to come forth. And when those spirits come, they come with certain habits. Okay? In Africa, drinking and smoking long ago wasn't seen. You get? So when that spirit comes with those urges and those things, and you are the one who has been given all the evil of the family. All the evil of the family comes on you. You understand? So you will find that you're the one who has to drink, who has to be in bars, who has to smoke, who has to do what on behalf of those family members who are using those spirits. You get? This is why I realized I could go a month, 2 months, I'm able to control it. I'm able to just have one beer, I'm able to have a glass of liquor, that's it. But then it comes, usually for me, every 3 months, I had to have a total drink up, where I would drink the whole night, drink unbelievably amounts of alcohol, where the next day you look at how many empties are there, and you think, did I drink all this? Because there's a time I actually tested myself. I said, you know what, I'm not going to go out. I felt the urge, because I got to a point where I would feel that thing that comes with a lot of thirst, and it really wants to drink. So when I got to that point, I started, that one time I just locked my house. I bought a bunch of stuff, liquor, really many bottles, which I told myself, if they stay, I'll drink them even next time, let them stay. But sincerely speaking, I could not believe it. By morning, I had drunk 750 mils of liquor, 4 of them. 4 of them in a night. You understand? So for the way us misfits and black sheep and lions, the way when we drink, it is not even normal. For anyone else who's a regular person who drinks, they cannot believe how much we can drink. But that's not because it's not really us drinking. It's because you're feeding all those things. Okay? You're feeding all those demons. You understand? That's how you end up smoking, and then you smoke 2 packets in a night. It's not really you. It's not for you. If it was regular person drinking and smoking for just themselves, it would be, but 2, 3 packets a whole day, and then you're drinking how many bottles of liquor? It's not you doing it. It's not you doing it. It is because you're doing it on behalf of a bunch of spirits. And so when I learned that this is how it was, I now knew. Every time the urge came, I told the spirits. I told them, ancestors, I'm not the one who brought you here. I'm not the one who summoned you. So I'm not going to feed you. If you want to feed, go back to the one who summoned you, and then they feed you. And I did this over time. And I actually started realizing that there were ancestors who would tell me their names who I knew before from my family, but there were others that I didn't even know. There were others that I didn't know. And so as they kept living, they kept telling me their names. And at some point, I had a list. I would write. And I had 8 spirits of my ancestors that were indulging in this alcohol and this smoking with me when I didn't know. Can you imagine? Okay? So why I'm telling you this, spirit reminded me that there are some people who are struggling with this. But you see, when you know what it is, you know what to chase away. Okay? Depending on whatever it is that making you, whatever it is that you're indulging in. If it's sleeping around and you wake up tomorrow and you look at the woman you slept with or the man and you're thinking, what is this? It is that. It is because you're indulging certain spirits from your ancestry who are into those kind of activities. So they use you to do it. Okay? So it would be good that as you meditate and what you ask for strength to be able to chase those and send them back. Send them back to whoever summoned them. Tell them that I'm not the one who summoned you here. So go back to whoever summoned you. Okay? And truthfully for me, people, I'm not somebody who I don't call on ancestors. I actually don't, because I do not know them. You understand? We were not brought up in a time where we have been told which ancestors to summon, because for us we never had the spirituality outside of Christianity or Islam or such and such. Our parents never told us much about these things. So because I don't know, I don't indulge in it. For me, even when I say, I always call on the lion because that's the one I've seen. That's the one I've seen. So I always call on the lion ancestors. I call on my lion elders. I call on the king, the great lion. That's what I do. I don't call any relatives or any, because I don't know them. You understand? I do not know much about them. Except every so often maybe I will have a dream and I see a cousin who died and they help me out in the dream. I've done that before, I've seen that one before. So I have thanked that cousin because I know him, we were friends and he died. Then I had this trouble one time where I had this bunch of snakes all around me and he managed to come in and he swept all of them away for me. So I thanked him for that. But I don't indulge myself in African spirituality or anything because I don't really know it. I don't really know it. Okay? So for me, I do simple things. When I'm talking spiritually, I talk to the great lion because that's who I have seen, that's who I know. Okay? Yeah. So I had come to share that message because Spirit thought there are some people who have some addictions and some indulgences that they don't know. If you're overeating and you're gaining weight and you don't understand it, it could be that it's those same greedy ancestors who were brought back for a certain purpose, and so they are inhabiting you. Okay? So when you're chase away whatever indulgence you have. Tell those spirits, tell them to go back to whoever summoned them. Tell them you're not the one who summoned them. Okay? Yeah. So I hope you have a good, great Lion Day. Stay well. All right. Till next time. Bye-bye.